Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you have never been here before. My name is Malin, Miss Kitten Heart. I live in a little house in the northern part of Sweden, and for the past 1.5 years I have been redecorating my house. I went from bright and colorful on a white background to dark and lots of patterns, lots of wallpaper. I still have a love for granny chic, so this is my camera wants to focus back there. This is my dark and moody interpretation of granny chic. So I have lots of stuff, which is why this is part 1 instead of the entire house tour. There will be a part 2, and that will be very soon, I hope. This will be the kitchen and living room. Then I will go upstairs to do the bedroom and art/guest room. I have tried to make it short and snappy, but I like to talk and I like to show and tell, and since I make and thrift and such, I have a lot to say about pretty much everything, which is why this is about 1 hour long. I apologize for that. Just pour something warm and yummy to drink and settle down with your knitting or something. I'm saying right now, you will see books pretty much everywhere. You will see crystals pretty much in every room. There's art. I have a separate art tour. I will link that down below. And if there is something you want to see more up close, a closer look at my collections, closer look at my tea shelf, closer look of anything, just let me know and I will do my best to do that. For now, this is my kitchen and my living room, and enjoy, and I will see you soon for part 2. The first thing we enters in my house, because we will go back to my hallway later. The first thing we enter is my kitchen. So this is a quick overview. The walls are a very dark blue and the woodwork is a dark green. I chose a matte paint and not a glossy paint. And over in that part of the kitchen I have some wallpaper, but let's go here first. So this is where I came in, and I have a little table and a bigger table and a shelf and a window and a kitchen sink and a pantry and another room and a wood stove and a normal stove, and this is just a little table I found in an outhouse when I moved in. I used it to decorate. At the moment I have a brass basket with old aprons and some old housewife calendars. They are from the early 20s. I think that is when these old aprons are or 50s, 60s, 70s. I think this is beautiful. It's Cinderella. And this is supposed to be in a bowl and you put flowers in it. So what do you call it? A hedgehog or something. And this is one of my favorite thrift finds. It was like 50 cents, euro, or dollar. It was really cheap. And it is, I think it's handmade, so it's pretty unique. And my yarn winder, and you can find crystals pretty much in every room, as well as flowers. This is just in the way of the hot air, so it's pretty sad. And this looks like a spittoon. I don't know what it is, but I think it's really pretty. And this is also like $1 or something. It's some really old books from the 19th century. Religious books. I'm not very religious, not at all, but I think they are beautiful. And I wanted this tea light holder for years before I finally got it. I love it. And I won't show the art very much because I have already done an art tour. I will link that below. But I have stuff like I made this. Now it's a candle holder. It used to be 2 flower pots with girls' faces, and then I glued them together with a little coffee plate, and I painted them, and now it's a lot more fun. And that little gnome blow mold thing, also a great thrift find, about $1 or €1, and it's out all year round. I have thought about doing a plant tour too. The thing is, I don't know what they all are called in English. This is, I don't know, it's a Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus or Easter cactus, but I think it's really lovely. I have one of the other kinds too, and it's blossoming, and I would love to turn it around to see the flowers more, but then the buds fall off, so you can go outside and look through the window. Then I love quirky lamps, which you will see. So this French bulldog is from the dollar store, and a thrifted poodle, because who doesn't love poodles? I have somewhat of a poodle collection up here. And this is the beginning of my Christmas decor. I won't show you that. I want to do this really quickly now, because I want to get my Christmas decor out and then do a proper Christmas tour. But this is my latest teapot to my collection. It's not very user-friendly, but it is gorgeous, and it was cheap. This is a thrifted candlestick, and I painted it the same color as my walls. And this was a silver plated bowl, and I painted it black, and I glued on the cats and painted the polka dots, and now I think it's fantastic. And that's something I never will grow out of. Pick and mix candy and salty licorice, yum yum. And the table, the teak table, mid-century, and the chairs also mid-century, or Facebook finds, and I recovered the chairs. This fabric used to belong to my stepmother's mother, so my step-grandma, and there are some things going out on Facebook, and there I always have stuff laying around. I really would like this fabric to be the same, but I ran out of it. And this is from my mother's parents' house, a string shelf, very Scandinavian thing, very Swedish thing. And this holds my tea collection, my tea and my tea tin collection. And I mostly collect these tins that are actual tins that the tea came in. They are usually the simplest ones in design, but I really love them. Like this and this are two favorites, and this is gorgeous too. And yeah, they are all great. And this little ceramic bear, I suppose, is for honey. So cute. And this is a part of my collection with stuff in. You will see more in a minute. And this is also a little bit of collection. Tiny little candle holders for tiny candles. I never use them for candles because the candles burn out in just a half an hour or something. But I think they are really pretty. I love being able to raise my flowers up from the windowsill. I love having different heights. I think it's looks more alive. I like elephant ears, which are called Pelea, I think, in English. This lamp is a Facebook find, and I love brass, so I have lots of brass pots, for example. This is just an elephant pot, and I decoupaged it in tissue paper, and I am in the process of changing all of my succulents and cacti to clay pots. And see, this, you can see better, these curtains are from my step-grandmother, very 50s. This is the rest of that collection you saw the beginning of. I collect tea strainers. For a tea fanatic, it's maybe not that strange. I collect tea tins and tea strainers and teacups and everything tea. And this is my pantry, and I really love it. I covered the inside in vintage wallpaper, and I think it's gorgeous. And then I have all my dry goods in tins. And this is another one of my collections. Muppet Show mugs from the 70s and 80s. Me and my sisters had mugs like this growing up, so I think that is where that comes from. These salt and paper shakers were in a recent thrift haul. They are still pretty gorgeous. These are some of my favorite flower pots or pots. They are so granny chic, so pretty. I have a couple of different sizes and different colors. And if I back up and see if I can zoom in, Here are the rest of my teapot collection. I would love to find a way to show them off properly, because yeah, they are rather invisible up there. And my very strangely placed sink. The plan is to someday have this removed and then put the sink under the window and put the strangely placed stove under the shelf and open up, take away this part of the wall and open up the room. But until now, this is what it is. And here I have a little shelf which I got from a friend back then, and the spice jars it was a gift from another friend. I painted, this used to be white, and I painted it the same color as the wall because I think that is pretty gorgeous. And a lamp that my grandfather made, my father's father, and it needs to be fixed. It is just waiting for one of those fixing days. And this strainer and this grater was from my step-grandmother. And this Frankenstein's monster was a gift from my friend Audrey. And my wood stove is a lifesaver sometimes. This week we had a power outage and didn't have electricity for several hours, but I just fired up my wood stove and it was warm and I could cook, and that was great. So this is where I keep my cooking oil. It's a teapot from Morocco, and a huge salt and pepper shaker couple, which are just waiting for some salt and pepper. Until then, this is where I keep my salt and this is where I keep my pepper. And my stove, which is very, very strangely placed. And now we go in here into the light. This is the preparation part of the kitchen. This used to be, no, that wasn't. That used to be the only kitchen, and the woman who lived here before me, she turned this into a kitchen space as well. So lots of cupboards, lots of surface south facing window, so lots of light. And just a tiny room, but let's see. This is just a plate rack, also painted the same color as the wall. This is really looking forward to be redecorated. I have had it like this for almost a year, I think, just changing out the odd things. That plate out there is the pattern I'm collecting, and it's super hard to find. I only have that one and some cake plates, so I need to find something that works with that. Some of my mugs. I would really love to be able to find Disney mugs easier, but they are hard to find here. I love these. These are so cute, with a kissy boy and a little kissy girl, and piney cones, just waiting for a Christmas project. And I've covered my work surface with plastic, sticky plastic, and I've wallpapered the back with some gorgeous floral wallpaper, and my very pretty KitchenAid mixer and Duolite what do you call it when you whip cream with a whipper? No, that's not it. And here I have cups and mugs and a picture. I have some pretty mixed collection. These I bought on Facebook because my step-grandmother used to have exactly the same ones. These are a great Tradera or Swedish eBay find. They are just perfect little tea cups, very thin and very pretty. And these are from 2 of my nephews. And a little more, some old ceramic bowls and old coffee cups from my step-grandmother, and some glasses from Finnish brand Itala. Underneath here I have these fair lights because I don't have any other light over my work surface, and I got these gorgeous Earl Grey tea themed postcards from Tea and Lettering on Instagram, and I will link her below. She is amazing. And this is my china cabinet, and as you can see I really need to find more china. These are my cake plates and I need more plates. These are some tiny cake plates from my step-grandmother. And these are also a set of little plates, and they are also very hard to find, so I can't collect this one either, unfortunately. And unfortunately the only kinds of plates I ever find are these small ones. I have a couple of retro glass bowls up there that are pretty gorgeous, and some more pantry surface. It's pretty empty. And this is one of the more fun cabinets. This is my Christmas cupboard. My dream is to have real proper Christmas china set. So far I have bought odd pieces and collected them. This one I got this week, and the first thing I did was to break it, so I will use it for my tea strainers, like I do with this Hedwig owl. I will do with Santa come Christmas. These big and very beautiful mugs are also from my step grandmother, as well as this very folkloristic wrapping paper, which I've used to recover my bread bin. And on the top I have my wallpaper. And these are some things waiting for a haul. And as I said, I have crystals everywhere. And that lamp is a gorgeous thrift find. And that is my washing machine, which is very stupidly placed. I have to pull it all out if I want to use it. And then my drawers, I collect this kind of cutlery, and they stopped making it in the 70s, so it's not either super easy to find. And then stuff. More stuff. Stuff. The thing is, when you have too much space, you fill it with too much stuff. This is another one of my collection. I love old Pyrex. I love the pattern one, but somehow I have fallen for this colored Pyrex, so that is the one I am buying. And some fridge magnets. I made these ones from a tiny tarot deck. See, it's the size of my index finger. And these ones and this one are gifts from art friends. And my fridge is super sad. I have some jars from last summer. This need to be washed out. Jam and jelly and such. And a plastic bin for my compost. And the condiment racks. Everyone has a condiment rack. And here is where my cats enter and leave the house in the summer. The window is open all days, and they eat up here, so they don't have to worry about the dog eating their food. And here I have lots of stuff for decorating the house. Down here I have some more of that stuff, decorating stuff, tablecloths, and this is a project which stalled there last summer. And more drawers. This is my baking stuff drawer, and stuff. And that is some dog food and some clay pots and dog and cat food in those tins, and some food, flour and sugar and apple cider vinegar, and a little bookshelf with some vintage books. I really love these vintage books. They are a collection of mine. And these plants I hope to be able to sell on Facebook soon. And these are my baby succulents. I am very proud to have been able to make these pink moonstones grow. Can't wait for them to be big and go into their own pots. And more succulent nursery. Down here I have more crystals, and this is a plant stand which I put up on the counter, and this is another one of those awesome lamps with a flamingo, and the shade is a vintage lampshade, and the curtain is a thrift find. And move fast before the camera gets too hot. This is my lamp shade thing. It was my Christmas tree last year, and all year now it's just been sort of a sculpture, and now it's soon to be a Christmas tree. And a Hoya plant in an amazing shell hanger. Super kitschy, super fabulous, super granny chic. I love it. And a wall clock from IKEA, and the light washes everything out. You can open it, and there I have some Adam and Eve thingies, 2 figurines and 2 bottles, and 2 bottle openers, and the bird opener doesn't work, but the horse does. So, and this is where I feed the dog where everyone drinks. So this is my kitchen, both parts of my kitchen. Now it's time to move into my living room. This is a little leather Chesterfield chair. I found it for free. And an old cushion. My cat has been lying here, I can see. The sofa is also a vintage find. This was around €5 or $5.50. These cushion covers are from eBay. Don't let the muggles get you down. And a Ouija board. And this is a Rhea rug thing, tapestry. I don't know what to use it for, so I just hang it on my sofa. And I try to protect the sofa from hairy cats. They lie wherever they want to, of course, because they are cats. And the lamp is thrifted. I got it from my sister, who got it at a thrift shop or Facebook or something. And the lampshade is thrifted as well. The grandfather clock is actually made by my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, my father's father. It used to be white, and when I remade this room, I painted it black, and it is beautiful, and it doesn't work, unfortunately. And then I got this little teak table from the 60s, I'd say, and it's thrifted. I would like a round sort of 40s table, but this will work so far. I don't have a rug big enough for this room or the color or the style that I want, so I have 2 Rhea rugs together, and they work okay. The colors are sort of similar. I actually love this one. As I said in the beginning, this is sort of a dark granny chic style in my house, and this is so much granny chic. This rug alone can put the label granny chic on my home. And then I have this little table, which is actually one of my only recent bought new things. I got this from Zara Home. It's really cute. And underneath is a cardboard box with my makeup, because I don't have room in my bathroom. And a rubber plant. And a fake coral. And a thrifted lamp. This lamp foot actually should have another layer of the glass part, but I actually accidentally broke it when I bought it, but it's a bit unstable now, but it's unstable now, but it still looks pretty good. And then I have this wall clock, and it looks pretty fancy from afar. We come up close, it's plastic. I love it. I really love these kind of kitschy things. This cupboard is actually an old kitchen cupboard. I have turned it upside down. You see, it's slanted, so the top part is just maybe 5 or 6 inches. So for it to be more secure, I turned it upside down, and the widest part is the bottom part. And then I door papered it with old magazines, and then I painted the wood the same green color as I have in the kitchen. And now I have yarn in here. I have some sock yarns. These two I dyed myself. And some more yarn. And down here, here I have some fabric and other materials. And this is some kind of tiny cushion, needle point kind of cushion I bought and thrifted, and I thought it was perfect as a needle cushion. It's big, but it's room for there are room for lots of pins. Pin cushion, but the word was pin cushion. But yeah, so kitschy, so old-fashioned, so cute. And then up here I have some stuff. Elk antlers, which I've painted white, and a skull, which lives here year round, as well as this wood chat garland. I made it last Halloween, last year, and I really love it, so it stays up all year. Some knitting needles. I bought this from Zara Home as well, and when I got it, it was broken, so I mended it, I glued it together, and I painted the glue bits gold like they do in Japan, but they do gold glue, 24 karat gold as such. I thought, instead of hiding the mended pieces, I thought I'd make them look nice. These 2 pairs of knitting needles I got in a trade years and years ago. I really love them. And this is supposed to have a lid. It's for oat flour. And now it's for knitting and crochet needles. And this is a vase from home, and my collection of vintage plastic needles. And these softies are thrifted, and I think they look good enough to have on display, so that's what I do. Super retro, super cute. And this is also thrifted. It's a candle inside. I don't know what they did. Maybe a flower pot or something. And let's see. This one and this one I think I thrifted for free. And this one is from my mother's parents' house, I think. This is from my step-grandmother. And this doll too, I think. And these are sheep bones. Found in the ground. I didn't find it. But I think they died very natural causes. And the lamp is thrifted, and the malar beads I made. And we go back this way again. I have been clearing out lots of books, but I still have a few left. These three are mostly fact, some fiction, but mostly fact. Like up here I have lots of vintage books, some vintage encyclopedias and housewife encyclopedias and such, because I do collect those. And these are witchy books, tarot books, Wicca books. This used to be 2 shelves and I have sold lots of them. And this and this are books on interior decor. These ones are by a Swedish author named Sigge Stark, and she is fantastic. She wrote books in the 30s, 40s, 50s, so they are very vintage romantics. Really, really nice. And down there I have some classics and YA and such. Little House on the Prairie are favorites. And Susan Cooper, I love those too. There are some Anne of Green Gables, Neil Gaiman. I am collecting this edition of Harry Potter. I think they are gorgeous. And we have company. I hate it when this happens, when you get a smaller book. So annoying. The bookend with Tutankhamun. I used to study Egyptology, so I really love finding stuff like this. And this is a shelf about vintage fashion and style overall, and more vintage books about vintage, not from back then. And here are some feminism books and some biographies, and my shelf of Christmas books and comics and graphic novels. And more books. These are closing in on antique. And this shelf are my art books. And these are housekeeping books. And those are my books about plants and flowers. I don't have too many. And that is Akhenaten, another Egyptian pharaoh. And then here are some knitting and crochet and sewing and miscellaneous crafting books. And this is a big plant I found at the tip, all for free. And here are a shelf of cooking books and another bookend I thrifted. It's pretty beat up, but I think it's gorgeous. and some DVD boxes, Buffy for example, which I love. My collection of Alice in Wonderland movies, and there you can see Twin Peaks and stuff. And back there you can see one of my paintings. It's not up, but it's there. Oh, there are my DVD collection. There is my DVD collection. I take most of them out of their case and into one of these DVD bags and save so much space. And I think these are some of my favorite succulents. I love this crassula, for example, and this pink moonstone, and aloe vera is one of my favorite kinds. This was a gift from my sister. She brought it from Sicily when she went there. It was just tiny then. And these two, that one and the one there, all comes from this one, which is a gift from a friend in Gothenburg. And these are my littlest books. There are some hymn books, my father's hymn book from when he was confirmated, and some other small books, and this gorgeous clock, and this fantastic lamp with a saint motive, or it's actually Mary and Jesus. I can turn it on. I love it. It's so kitsch and so fabulous. And Indian garland of some kind. I think this is Ganesh. If I can get it to focus. And more succulents and old books, just there for propping the plant up. And this lamp was a thrift find. I think it's pretty fantastic. It is so kitschy and so ugly and so fantastic. It's just a bunch of stones glued on a plastic shade. Yeah, you can see it like that. I really love it. And that steel box is actually more than a steel box. I learned how to weld a few years ago, and this we made in school. We made these boxes, and they are supposed to be filled with air and put in water to see if they are airtight, airproof. And this one I didn't try. I wanted to keep it. I have some smaller ones too. And these hanging mobiles, the one with the Himalayas I've made, and this one I've thrifted. This is my view from my window. It's a little bit frosty outside. In the red house I have had a little thrift store this summer in my old outhouse. And these curtains are from my step-grandmother. Alice, vad gör du? She has something down here. What is it? Oh, I can find it. And my last 3 bookcases. This is mostly novels of all kinds, paperbacks and such. The owl I got from my stepmom for birthday one year, and the pink bird I got from my friend Birgitta. And I love them together because they are so wrong, they work. And here are some book series. I love these books by Barnes and Noble, they are so gorgeous. And a whole bunch of paperback. These are some knitting mysteries and second-hand witchcraft mysteries, and more vintage mysteries, and more witchcraft mysteries. No, that was also witchcraft and vintage, and that was just witchcraft. I do love some witchcraft and vintage and knitting novels. And these are the Isfolket, the Ice Folk series. And I don't like how they look like this, so I have painted them. I still have a few to go, but the majority is done. And here are my Alice collection. I have a gap there because they are laying on my kitchen table being decorative. And some more YA. And some detective novels. Some classic novels and children books. And this is another collection. I love these Barbie books from the 60s, I think. They are actually fantastic. And here are some classics. I really like these old penguin books. They are so pretty. And some more novels. In the bottom I have binders. I have been reading interior magazines for years and years and years. And before I used to collect the entire magazine. Now I just collect the parts that the articles, the homes that I like. But after maybe 20 years, there are quite a bit of those. All of these, I think, are articles on favorite homes. And here are some magazines that I actually have kept. Cloth, paper, scissors. Some wonderful Christmas homes. Retro magazine. A few magazines I've kept. And this is a favorite. I love Terry Pratchett. And I love this edition. They are gorgeous. I have quite a few. And I'm missing almost as many. So that's on my permanent wish list. And some more up there. I think that's my only detective crime novels, and still they are some of my favorite genres, but I almost never keep them after reading them, so this shelf gets I exchange the books constantly, except for these 3. They are my favorites. They are Donna Tartt, The Secret History. I have 3 editions of it because I can't imagine someday not having it on my shelf. I've had, this is my oldest one, I've had it since the mid-90s. I've read it, so it's well read. Some vintage books, and these I bought because they are pretty to look at. I haven't read them yet. I've had them for a year, 2 years, something like that. And these are children's books, and these are some chick lit. And another one of my favorites is Victoria Clayton. I love her Saga genre books, where a woman usually takes care of an old house and an old kitchen and does it up. I love makeover. I love the makeover genre, both on TV and in books. And then this is my little collection of books that turned into TV, or rather the other way around most of the time. TV turned into books like Twin Peaks and House of Elliot and The Carrie Diaries and Desperately Seeking Susan. Sound of Music might actually have been first. And more children's books, some books about Egypt, and some more binders. The first, these ones are my artist trading card collection. My little nephews always goes for these when they are here visiting. They love watching my artist trading cards. So, and when I made over my living room, it used to be white, and last autumn I wallpapered it. Let's see if you can see, with this gorgeous retro wallpaper, and this needs to be painted. It is the chimney that needs some paint. But after doing that, my bookcases seemed very, very, very white. I would actually love some dark bookcases, a dark brown, teak brown or something. But for now, I just wallpapered the ends, and I used washi tape on the edges.
Je te propose le temps des cerises et